Hello, my brain research project was memory. What is your memory? The memory is a recall of events, information, and things that are of importance. Where is your memory stored? The memory is stored in your brain. Memory and learning are stored in the frontal lobe in the hippocampus. How do we form memories? The process includes encoding, storing the information, retaining the information, and then we recall the information. There are different types of memories: implicit, procedural, explicit, and semantic. We'll talk about each one of those. The implicit memory, it's an automatic memory. We use your past experiences without really thinking about them. You can remember how to button your shirt, ride your bike, drive your car. Those are the examples. Those are the things that we do on a regular basis. The procedure memory, you use your motor skills to remember how to do things. You don't have to dig really deep to remember how to walk, run, or use a device. The semantic memory connects to common knowledge. You know that the grass is green, you know roses are red. You can name animals. A dog is a dog, a cat is a cat. The episodic memory, remembering those special dates, events that happened in your life. Zimmerman states that they are not sure why some events stick to a memory and others don't. I believe that our emotions play a factor in a memory. When we have an episodic memory, we can remember how we felt, where we were at the time, and other important factors, sometimes like what you were wearing. An episodic memory of mine is my wedding day. I remember walking down the aisle and meeting my husband for the first time that day and saying, I do remember my dress. I remember what my kids were doing. My son was clingy. That is an episodic memory. Memory, its impact on teaching and learning. Bejic, 2004, states that strong memories depend on the top-down processing, in which students pick and elaborate on what they understand and will shape their learning as it happens. I believe this means that we need to teach information that the kids are interested in to help children to keep the information locked in their memory. Information from teacher to student. The information needs to be meaningful. It needs to connect with their knowledge that they already know, and the information should go along with their learning style. Some kids learn by seeing things, some kids learn better by hearing things, and some kids learn better by doing hands-on. So we should do a variety of lessons using the different learning styles. How can we test memory? Of course, you can give quizzes and tests. Kids can do presentations where they have to memorize the presentation and give it in front of the class. Math facts. That's something that we all try to remember growing up. 9 times 9 is 81. Spelling test. Every week, my daughter has a spelling test, and she has to use her memory to remember those words. These types of things will help enhance the learning. Stress can have a factor on your memory. We all deal with stress in and out of the classroom. Vogel and Schwabe did a study that says stress does affect the memory. High stress levels before a test can have students worry too much, and that can result in bad grades. Stress may prevent students from upgrading their knowledge. If they're stressed, they're not going to care, they're not going to pay attention, so their memory is really going to not be good that day. Stress can have rigid thinking. When kids are stressed, they can have a negative outlook on their school and not really care about coming to school. Say goodbye to stress. Teachers can create a stress-free classroom. Give students time to work on homework, give them time to study, build your relationships with your classroom students so you can tell when things are going wrong. And if they are stressed, give them a quiet area. Let them go get away. Use a fidget spinner, a stress ball to relieve some of that stress before they actually take a test or a quiz. We want kids to do good in school, so we should be there for them. Bejic lists 2 levels of memorization. Level 1, students memorize word for word without understanding what and why they're memorizing something. This information will only stay in the short-term memory. Level 2, students put their memory to work connecting new and old information. The information is processed and stored for easy recall. This can be things of importance like baseball facts, things that they really enjoy doing. They're going to keep those in their memory for long term. Beechick also states that understanding has to do with memory. We must first process the information. In order to process the information, we have to code the information. This means that we have to put all this information together, and the kids have to understand what they're learning about. How can we code our information? Imagery, which means figural or semantic. We'll go over those two. Imagery is associating an image with an item you want to remember. So you meet a friend, her name is Samantha, and your grandmother's name is Samantha. You can put those two items together so you can remember that person's name. Semantic is an easy way to improve your memory. It's a mental process. You add meaning to your information that you're learning. How can you memorize? Remember this number, 145876. Did you remember the number? What helped you remember the number? Ways to help you with memorization, you can chunk it. You could have put that number in 145, 876. You could have put meaning to that number. Maybe it was your house number and the end of your phone number. You could have put meaning into that to make it easier to remember. Concentrate, study in a quiet, calm area, and practice again and again every single day. How do we form memories? Well, it begins at your birth. In order to become a memory, it has to be picked up by our senses. It starts in our short-term memory, and then as we have the process down, it's stored in our long-term memory. Examples of forming memories, my son's learning to write his name. It's something to write his name and to spell his name. His name is Aiden, Aidyn, and it's always Aidny. So he has memorized that to be his name, but I need to break that and get him to spell it the right way. Learning to tie your shoes, preparing for tests, important dates or events. You cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. Joyce Meyer. Thank you.